Hello and welcome to this restorative yoga class for renewal and sustainability. I want to thank all of you who are joining us on the rebroadcast. I know all of you can join us live, so thank you so much for being with us. In the next 15 minutes, we'll spend some time connecting with the people as they slowly join in with the live stream. So let us know in the comments where you're joining us from the world. Say hello. Tim's here, connecting with you, responding to your comments in real time. And if you're not with us in real time, then we love hearing your comments in the comments as well. So please leave your comments below and your questions, and we always get back to those as well. So as I said, we're doing a restorative class for renewal and sustainability today, and I'm really looking forward to that. It's a beautiful, hot, sunny morning here in Victoria, and I know in a lot of places in the world right now, particularly in the Northern Hemisphere, it's really hot right now. So a lot of us are feeling really burned out, and this is a perfect time to practice restorative yoga so that we can renew and sustain our energy and not be burned out. And this has been a very interesting discussion that's been going on in our membership community recently. We have a whole discussion forum called On My Mat Today, where people talk about their yoga practices. And we've been having this conversation over the last couple of days, and I just wanted to share it with you because it relates to our class and things actually that we have coming up, and I wanted to respond to it here as well. So Ivy said, this has been a very weird summer. You know how things speed up and there's more to do in the summer, and then in winter we slow way down and do less and take lots of naps. The reverse is true for me this summer. I get a few things done in the morning, and then around 4 o'clock I fall asleep right before dinner. I've not been on the water but twice this season. No time and no energy. I feel like I'm hibernating through the summer. Lots of nidra practice and short restorative classes, a few hatha yoga classes. Very strange. Wonder what winter will be like. Maybe because I cut back on some appointments this summer, something is happening. Anybody else feeling the same to be true? Namaste, Ivy. So I wanted to address this question because at the root of it, it seems like Ivy feels like there's something wrong or something's wrong with her. And I know from the responses to this comment that there are a lot of people in our community, myself included, that are feeling the same way, that we're feeling like we're not keeping up and that we're not doing enough right now, and that the heat of the summer has really got us overwhelmed. And you know, in the next month in our community, we're going to be focusing on, our theme for the month is I'm not busy, and we're focusing on the absolute necessity of doing nothing. And this is perfect for this time of year because this is a time of year when the sun is really strong, the fire element is really strong. And so to bring that into balance, we do need to back off. We do need to cool things down. And from the perspective of Ayurvedic medicine, this is a time of year when our pitta energy can be really in excess, and we can really feel burned out. And it's really common for that when pitta is in excess for us to feel that kind of perfectionist tendency, like I should be out there swimming and kayaking and doing all the things, and yet our bodies are feeling burned out and tired and exhausted. And when we really tune in and listen to our bodies, like Ivy says, they just want the naps. They just want to take that rest. And so, Ivy's just actually right on track. And let me know in the comments in the live stream if this is true for you too, if this is going on for you too. But Ivy's right on track, doing more restorative practices. And in fact, in our community next month, we're going to be focusing on, just taking like 5 minutes in child's pose or 5 minutes with legs up the wall. We're going to have a day of silence, and we're going to encourage people to set their aspirations and intentions around doing less, efforting less, having, requiring themselves to do less. It's summer. It's that time of year to really take it easy. We're also going to have a day of silence and just really take it easy and require less of ourselves. So, Tim, who is joining us here on the live stream? Are people joining us? Let's say hello.
Sherry in Denmark.
Hello to Sherry in Denmark. Thank you so much for joining us.
And we've got Moso from Arizona.
Moso?
Yep.
Hello to Moso from Arizona.
And Freebird in Germany.
Hello, Freebird in Germany.
It's hot there, 38 degrees.
It's 38 degrees in Germany right now. So, yeah, I think we're all experiencing this excess heat, and it can be really easy to become irritable and stressed out and angry. And so a class like we're going to do today, and having the support of a community to know that you're not alone, and that lots of other people are feeling this way, can be really helpful and supportive at this time of year.
George in Argentina.
Hello to George in Argentina. Jorge, yes.
Elka just got back from paddleboarding. Holland.
Hello to Alka from Holland, who just got back from paddleboarding. That sounds wonderful.
34 degrees there.
34 degrees, yeah, warm. Hard to be a human being in that temperature. Yeah.
Practicing both vinyasa and restorative.
She's been practicing vinyasa and restorative, yeah. It's harder to keep up with those more active styles of yoga at this time of year in the heat, because like produces like. So when you're doing the active styles, it's going to create more heat in your body, and then you've got the fire of the sun, the fire of the heat, and it's going to add to that aggravation in your body, the irritability, the all those pitta tendencies, which are to feel like you have to be perfect, like you have to keep going, like you have to be so ambitious, and really we want to bring those into balance, or like you feel like you don't have enough time. That was another thing that came up in Ivy's comments too, right? Like I feel like I made more time, like I feel like I don't have enough time. And that's something we're really going to be focusing on too next month in our community too, this thing that we say to ourselves all the time, that, you know, we don't have enough time.
Can you ask them if they can hear you clearly?
Can you just let us know in the comments if the sound is okay? Yeah. You can just give it a thumbs up. Let us know if the sound's... Oh, Tim says he's getting a weird crackle. Let us know if you're getting a weird crackle.
It might just be me. That happens a lot for some reason.
Yeah.
And Suki Tree says hello from the UK.
Hello to Suki Tree from the UK.
Elka says that she's close to the sea, so it keeps us a little bit cooler.
Yeah, Elka says she's close to the sea, so it keeps her a little cooler. And that is true, and we are close to the sea here too. We can actually walk to the ocean from our apartment here, and yet we still feel the energy of the summer and the long days. I think something about the light being with us so long, even the full moon energy right now, there's a lot of excess yang energy that makes us feel like we need to keep going. And so it plays a role on our psyches. And that's why having these practices that help to bring that into balance is really useful. Okay. Anybody else joining us?
Everybody says the sound is good.
That's
Yoga U says it sounds good in Toronto. Suki Tree says sounds good.
okay. Sound is good. Hi, Lucille in Toronto.
Yeah, and then there's Maria in Brazil.
Hello to Maria in Brazil.
And yeah, we've got lots of people watching around the world.
It's great to have all of you joining us from around the world. We will get started in about 5 minutes, 4 minutes. Okay, I think this clock over here is a little slow. Yeah. Okay, oops, there goes that camera. So let us know if you have any questions or comments. You can leave them in the chat box and I can address them in the next 5 minutes. And then once we start the 4 minutes, sorry. And then once we start the yoga class, we'll stay with our yoga and our practice throughout the whole session. And we'll just hold space for your practice to really focus on the renewal and the sustainability of energy in the next hour. We are going to be starting with legs up the wall. So you can set up your mat, which makes me think I should set up my mat as well. So it's perpendicular to the wall, so you can be started in that position with legs at the wall. You are going to need props today, so you'll need your basically probably all the props you have. You'll need a bolster, you'll need your blocks, a blanket, so you can get your props ready as well as we're setting up. Let me know in the comments, how about we just have a little fun. Let me know in the comments what your favorite restorative yoga pose is. And let me know in the comments what your favorite thing to do in the summer is. So my favorite thing to do in the summer is to I like paddleboarding a lot. That's something we'll probably do in when we go camping at Strathcona. But also my favorite thing to do in the summer, this is probably no surprise, is to go for ice cream. Yesterday I had really yummy ice cream, and this is no secret either, at my favorite place, Kid Sister, here in Victoria. I had blueberry sherbet, and I couldn't decide which one to have, so I had two. I had cherry ice cream. In the same cone, yeah. Yeah, I didn't have 2 cones, but you know, I had a good deal of ice cream in 1 cone. It was super yummy. Hello to Meta from Japan.
Food Force Permaculture.
Hello to Food Force Permaculture. Wow. Do they have a YouTube channel? That sounds pretty awesome. We need to check them out. Yeah?
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, well, thank you for leaving comments, and we'll have to check out their YouTube channel. Let us know what your name is, Food Force Permaculture.
And Becky says, hi from the UK.
Hello, Becky. Becky was away doing yoga teacher training for the last month. So welcome home. And I hope your teacher training went well. And I can't wait to hear all about it.
Yeah, Yoga U says she's already got the legs at the wall.
Lucille's favorite pose is legs up the wall, so I'm not surprised she's already there.
To read under the shade.
Oh, reading in the shade. That's a really nice, fun thing to do in the summer. We like to take our books and walk over to Beacon Hill Park and read in the shade too. And lie in the grass. That's so nice to do in the summer.
Pumpkin Pants likes a glass of dry cider in her garden.
Ooh, Becky knows how to do summer. That's a nice thing to do in the summer. She says she likes a glass of dry cider in her garden.
Susan Dorton says, hello to both of us.
Hi, Susan. Nice to see you. How is life? Susan's in Maine, I think. It's a nice place to be in the summer. So tell us your favorite thing to do in the summer in Maine, Susan.
Punima from India.
Hello, Punima from India.
And we heard from Food Force Permaculture. They're in Vancouver. They grow all their own foods all summer long. And Vancouver Island, sorry. Oh, they're in Cordova Bay.
They are? What? We should meet them.
Jones.
Howie Jones is Food Force Permaculture, and they're in Cordova Bay, so they're down the road from us. We love Cordova Bay. We need to come and see your garden. We should do a vlog on that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Okay, send us an email. Let's meet.
And teacher training was fantastic experience. No cider though.
Becky said that she had a great fantastic experience with teacher training, but there was no cider there. It's true, when you go on these retreats and teacher trainings and stuff, they don't have your like favorite things like ice cream and potato chips and things like that. Those are the nice things to come home to, those treats.
And Susan says there are lots of beaches there.
Yes, lots of beaches in Maine.
Marquetta just joined us from Reykjavik.
Hello, Marquetta. Nice to have you with us. Okay, so we are going to get started here. I'm gonna have some water. Hi, I'm Melissa from Yoga with Melissa. This is real yoga for real people. And every Friday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, we have a brand new class for you. And the last Friday of every month, we do a live class like this. So thank you so much for joining us live. And when you subscribe and press that little bell, you get a class every Friday. Next week, we're going to have a Yoga Nidra class for you on the chakras. And the following week, we're going to have a yin yang class. No, yin yoga class for evenings for you. So make sure you press that bell and press the notifications so you get the classes coming into your subscription feed. And in August, in our membership community, we're going to be really embracing the excess fire that's going on right now, both according to traditional Chinese medicine and also that's happening according to Ayurveda and the season. So much sun, such long days, and we're going to be embracing the absolute necessity of doing nothing with lots of support, with a day of silence, and also with our self-care and just taking time to look after ourselves when it's really easy to burn out at this time of year. So that's going on in August with our I'm Not Busy theme. And we'll have daily yoga challenges also. And it's a really great place for you to be able to set your intention and receive support for that. So today, thanks to Dusky Leaf for our props, you're going to need a wall, you're going to need a bolster, 2 blocks, and a blanket. So fairly minimal props for a restorative class, but you will need probably all the props that you have. So let's get started with legs up the wall. Hello to Jenny and Jennifer who have just joined us. So to do legs up the wall, you're going to put your hips right against the wall, and then you're going to swing your legs around and place your legs up the wall. If you're concerned about this pose because if you're lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor instead, it's a nice idea to have an eye pillow over your eyes here as well. If you have an eye pillow to encourage an inward focus, you can place your arms out to the side or your hands on your belly here. And feel the support of the earth underneath you. With each breath out, allow tension to release from your body. So the ongoing aggressive depletion of our energy reserves has become so familiar to us that the experience of exhaustion has become part of our normal human everyday lived experience in our day-to-day life. Exhaustion and depletion just feel normal to us. Okay, so to come out of this pose, you're going to bend your knees and very slowly roll to your side. And you can either leave your mat like this, or you can move it back to a more convenient place in your space. And for the next pose, you're going to need your blanket. You can put the blanket on the left side of your mat. And you're going to lie face down. And all you're going to do is, it's called downward facing tree. So basically you're doing tree pose on your belly with your leg on the blanket. So in restorative classes, we are allowing the support of the props to hold us and releasing tension into the ground. So the effort in a restorative class is to become curious about where there's tension, and then releasing that tension down and into the earth. So your presence here means that you're willing to become curious about your underlying attitude, about your spiritual and energetic beliefs, about your experience when it comes to your energy. Renewal and sustainability of your energy depends on spiritual awareness and an attitude of tenderness and compassionate responsibility first towards ourselves. And in the rest of this class, we're going to explore our longing to renew and sustain our energy reserves. Okay, and then from here, we're going to switch sides with our downward facing tree pose. So just take your blanket and move it over to the other side of your mat. And make that tree pose shape with your right leg now. Okay, from here, we're going to just bring your leg down and bring your arms by the side of your body. And we're going to practice some proprioception here before we set up the next pose. Just notice where your shoulders are in space and where your knees are in space, because we're going to set up our next pose. It's going to be supported locust pose. So you're going to be putting your blocks where your shoulders are now, and you're going to be putting your bolster from where your knees are to your feet. Okay, so let's just kind of sense where our knees are to our feet, and we'll set up those props. So you're going to need 2 blocks. Where your shoulders are. And then you're going to need your bolster where your knees are to your feet. And you're actually going to elevate the bolster here. So if you have another block, that would be ideal. But if you don't, like me, you're going to elevate it just by putting a cushion or something underneath it. Like that is completely fine. And then you're going to reset the timer. You're going to lie back down so that your knees are at the base of the bolster and your lower legs are up on the bolster. And then your shoulders are going to be underneath your blocks. You can even use your blanket here. Underneath your forehead. So your blocks are underneath your shoulders. Your legs are up the bolster. And you're in supported locust pose here. Your blanket is underneath your forehead. Okay, so very slowly you're going to release yourself from the supported locust pose. And we're going to come up to a seated position now. So you're going to need your blanket for this. And you'll sit on a folded blanket so that you have some elevation to tip your pelvis forward. And with your legs wide. Actually, okay, let's do this. You'll need your bolster as well. So take your legs wide. Remember, this is a restorative class, so you don't want to be at too deep an edge here. And you're going to set your bolster up either, depending on your flexibility, how much you fold forward. You could have it like this, or you can have it like this, so you can support your forehead like this. So healing begins when we are present to ourselves. First, we must connect with our own sense of overwhelm and depletion. Clearly and kindly, honestly and gently open to your own experience of exhaustion and burnout. We let go of judging the tiredness and deficiency in energy, and we surrender to it with tenderness. In the same way that our body lets go into the props and the earth, our mind lets go of resisting the story that we should not be tired. Next, we recognize the value of all of life, including our own, within the living unity of the entire ecosystem. We can re-evaluate our aspirations for what it means to be energetic within the web of our culture, and imagine living a life that is in harmony with the rhythms of the earth as a living whole. Part of a culture that cares for our souls, honoring the ebbs and flows of life, not one that continuously demands life lived in overdrive. So feel the tension, the aggression, the ambition. Let go layer by layer. The longer you allow yourself to stay in these poses. So very slowly we'll come out of this pose and we'll set up for our next pose. For this one, you're going to need your bolster and a block. So you'll just take your bolster, put it at the end of your mat, put your block underneath it, and all you're going to do for this one is lay down in front of it. And can you just check and see if my strap is handy in my big bag there? Mm-hmm. It's not in there? Okay. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to lie down on here and put your legs up on the bolster. It could be handy just to tie the strap around your ankles there so you don't have to worry about them splaying open or falling off. Otherwise, you're just going to rest here. Okay, so you're going to bring your legs off the bolster now, and you're going to set yourself up for final shavasana. So for this one, we're going to set ourselves up with a neck support and a support underneath our legs with the bolster. So take your, it's 10? Okay. Take your blanket and roll it up so that you have some support underneath your neck. And put the rolled up part of your blanket underneath your neck. And you can rest back for Shavasana here. You can either have your hands on your belly or your palms turned up here. And just give yourself this final resting pose in Shavasana to really receive the renewal that you've taken in this class, to integrate it so that it can be sustained. This is something that you need to come back to again and again. So this is some questions that I get often from people are, so how many times do I have to do this class? And it's often the same question, how often do you have to brush your teeth? So we continually attend to our energy reserves in the same way that we cleanse ourselves, in the same way that we eat, we renew our energy, or it's ideal. We're not like, we are like cars. If you have an electric car or a gas car, you have to refuel. And we are the same way. So stay here in Shavasana, receiving the renewed energy from your practice, and I will sit up and read you a poem. This is a poem by Gary Snyder. It's called For All. Ah, to be alive on a mid-September morn, fording a stream barefoot, pants rolled up, holding boots, pack on, sunshine, ice in the shallows, northern Rockies, rustles and shimmer of icy creek waters, stones turn underfoot, small and hard as toes, cold nose dripping, singing inside creek music, heart music, smell of sun on gravel. I pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the soil of Turtle Island and to all the beings who thereon dwell, one ecosystem in diversity under the sun, with joyful interpenetration for all. So gradually allow your breath to deepen. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Bend your knees. Roll to your side. And slowly make your way up to seated. We'll gather in the fruits of our practice first to ourselves, and then we'll offer them out to the world with our mantra. Left palm up and right palm down. Make space with breath and a sigh. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to the happiness and freedom for all. So, if you made it all the way to the end of this restorative class for renewal and sustainability, give yourself a thumbs up and put "I feel renewed" in the comments. I will stay here for a little bit to connect with you at the end of this live class. So leave your comments and questions in the box and we can have a conversation now. Ask me anything. I said, I have renewed my energy. You can put that in the comments. Thanks to Squeeze Yoga Clothing for my clothes. Today I'm wearing gray capri leggings with a goddess symbol on them and a flying heart bra cami with a purple bra cami. And thanks to Margaret from Dublin for your donations. They really go a long way in supporting Tim and I and being able to do this full time and to be able to offer these classes to all of you around the world. And I want to welcome Jennifer and Charisse to our membership community this month. I know you're going to love our focus for August. We're going to be focusing on the absolute necessity of doing nothing. And our challenge for August is going to be I'm not busy. And we look forward to supporting you. And we know you're going to love all the areas of self-care and the intention section and the day of silence that we've got planned for you. So that's going to be really wonderful. So how was the class?
Connie thought it was lovely, simply lovely.
Connie said it was simply lovely. Thank you for joining us, Connie.
Amazeballs, pumpkin pants.
Becky said it was amazeballs.
And Elka says she's renewed her energy.
Elka says she's renewed her energy. That's great.
Yeah, just remember, you've got about 30 to 40 seconds.
Yeah, we've got a delay here, so it takes a little bit of time for people to, for the comments to come through. The thing that always amazes me with the restorative class is that with very little effort, my body was feeling tender and sore. Yesterday I was holding up a scrim for Tim for a photo shoot. My shoulders were really tense and sore coming into this class, and just taking that time to release tension into the ground with all those long holds and letting that tension just pour out of me with those really long holds, letting gravity take the tension of my body for that class. The tension from my shoulders is gone. So it doesn't have to be a lot of effort. So that to me is my big takeaway.
Elka says she's renewed her energy. Thank you, Melissa and Tim.
Elka says she's renewed her energy. Thank you, Melissa and Tim. Thank you, Elka, for being here. Thank you for your presence.
Jenny says she feels renewed. Namaste.
Jenny says she feels renewed. Namaste. Thank you for being with us, Jenny.
Maria says thank you. It was so great and I feel renewed.
Maria says thank you and she feels renewed. Thank you for being with us, Maria.
Tanya from Serbia says I feel renewed.
Tanya from Serbia feels renewed too. Bunch of renewed people. This is good.
Jennifer Klansnich, she feels renewed. Oh, sushi, right?
Oh, Jennifer also feels renewed. Jennifer is our new member. yeah, we had sushi with her when she was here last year. It was, yeah, it was really fun.
Maureen says she feels renewed. My first live class. I loved it.
Oh, welcome, Maureen. This was her first live class, and she feels renewed. Thanks for joining us live. Glad you were able to be with us.
Ready for the rest of the day.
I bet. Yes, a great way to start your day with restorative yoga.
Susan Norton loved the locust restorative.
Susan loved the locust restorative. I love that one too. It's really neat, and it's inspired me to think about how we can prop ourselves in other poses, and I could just feel my energy coming back and back and back in that pose. So a nice restorative back bend there. Very nice.
Elka's a man.
Oh.
Elka's a unisex name. Then he's going to enjoy a salad bowl once it cools down.
Alka's going to have a salad bowl. Alka's a man, sorry. Okay.
And Connie, she was just really happy to share the energy with the others and be together in community.
Yeah, Connie says it's nice when we come together in community. You can feel the energy of everybody, and I could feel that too when I was practicing, holding space for everybody. It feels different than when you just practice on your own. So thank you. Yes, thank you everybody for being with us and for bringing your energy to the shared community here today.
Now this is interesting. Marquetta says that she thank you for the class, love the poem, and she particularly today she plunged her arms into a cold mountain stream on the walk before the class. It's sunny and hot here today for Iceland.
Yes, Marquetta, that's a really, really good idea. Marquetta said she plunged her arms into a cold mountain stream. She lives in Iceland, and that's such a good idea to cool down if your core temperature is if you're feeling overheated and irritable and angry and the sun is making you feel aggressive, then get yourself into some cold water. Even in the bathroom, you can just put your feet in the cold bath water. That can be really helpful.
And Helen says that the cat enjoyed laying on her stomach.
Helen's cat was lying on her stomach for the class.
It was lovely to relax with everybody.
Donna liked relaxing with everybody. Yeah, that's great.
Are we doing the Moses vacation thing?
Oh yeah, I have a gift for you today. So this is another great way to just take it easy in the summer and to renew your energy and to sustain your energy over the summer. If you go to melissawest.com/staycation, I'll send you a 7-day yoga staycation that you can do from your home. And it includes yoga classes. It's like a 7-day retreat, yoga classes and self-care that you can do right from your home. And I'll send that right to your inbox. So just go to melissawest.com/staycation and I'll send that right to your inbox.
Thank you to all 17 people that gave us a thumbs up.
Thank you for all the thumbs up. Thank you to everybody who joined us. And we will see you. I'll see our members in the membership community. And Tim, one more thing?
Yeah, Pumpkin says it's to give us time for self-care.
Becky says it's a treat to give ourselves time for self-care, and it really is. And I think we tend to want to do, and I know I am just as guilty or more guilty than that than anybody. So we have a whole section in our membership community now for self-care and making that a priority. So yeah, it really is wonderful to take the time to offer ourselves the gift of renewal and sustainability and self-care. So thank you for being with us, and thank you for supporting each other in that today.
And Elka had an idea. He uses
Yeah.
a cold foot bath every time he hits the mat.
A cold foot bath when he comes to the yoga mat. Yeah, that's great. When pitta is in excess, like it probably is at this time of year, a cold foot bath can be really good just to lower that core temperature. Good idea. So different things at different times of the year for sure to bring things into balance, and depending on your constitution. But if you do tend to have pitta in you and you're finding yourself irritable and overheated, then cold foot bath would be a really good idea. I love it. So thanks so much, everybody, for joining us. I'm sending you much love from beautiful British Columbia. May your joy be as deep as our Pacific Ocean. May you be as rooted as the old growth trees in our forest, and may you be as strong as our mountains. Om Shanti. Namaste.